Okay.
Hey, I'm Furard Tate, the Director of Entrepreneurship here at the Greater Washington Urban League. I'm so honored today to be at Business Wisdom Wednesday, and I just met a young, amazing business owner. Sister, please tell us your name and the name of your business.
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Hope Brown. I'm the founder and owner of the Tax Money Bookkeeper.
Now, bookkeeper and taxes a lot of times scare people,
Yeah.
but just in talking with you,
Mhm.
you know your stuff.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your business and then unpack your services.
Yeah. So at the Tax Money Bookkeeper, we started off as offering tax services to individual and small business clients. That started about 9 years ago. But during the height of COVID, and everybody started those businesses, especially like that following year. We
Yeah.
saw so many different business owners come into the tax desk without financials, without able to take advantage of a lot of the lending programs that were put in place, didn't have what they needed for taxes. The year after that, it was like audits. It was just horrible. So we started offering bookkeeping services, and that just kind of took off. And then even more education. I'm second generation Washingtonian, generation entrepreneur. And I remember seeing my parents struggle with the financial part of business. So we introduced financial education. So I partnered with a lot of Chamber of Commerce, um, CDFIs, institutions that serve small business owners as far as coming in and helping to, people to understand their money,
Yeah,
basically. How
they
is it
don't
running
understand
through
their
their
money,
business?
and it's really crazy that business owners they want to become millionaires. You know,
Yeah,
they
it's a
I'm in it for the
process.
business, right? Have you heard it before?
I heard it this
Yeah,
morning.
every morning, right? But
So,
you don't know how to count the cents.
yeah,
And that doesn't really make sense. So I'm glad that you're not just cooking and keeping the books,
yeah,
but you are keeping them in a way that educates the individual on the importance of bookkeeping.
absolutely.
So for those who are watching, can you give me a 1-2? Because sometimes
hmm
you got to start somewhere.
Okay.
When you have an ideal customer, ideal client,
hmm
what is the first thing you tell them to start with?
So normally we're working with small business owners who want to grow, scale their business. But think about it. If you're trying to lose weight, but you don't have a scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have some way to measure the weight coming off, hopefully, think of bookkeeping as that scale. So you could be making all the money all day. Like you could have made $1 million last month. But if you spent, like 900,000 of that to for expenses and things like that, and you only have X amount left over, you won't know that without bookkeeping.
Yeah.
So, just the basics of how it works.
And you're making me think. Because, see, freedom isn't free, everything has a cost,
Amen, bro.
right? And so when you think about it, sometimes people think, well, I cannot afford a
hmm
bookkeeper. How do you make it affordable? Because really, they cannot not afford having someone manage their numbers. How do you
Yeah.
make it affordable? You meet them where they are. How does this relationship start? Step two.
Yeah, so that can be in different levels. Okay,
Okay.
so that's one reason why we partner with larger organizations to come in and do the education piece,
Mm-hmm.
because you are going to have those business owners who are not ready and able to do like a dedicated accountant for them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no worries, right? But you meet people where they are. Like, so the thing is like all of these business owners out here, every single person in this room or in general in your audience, they are working in their absolute zone of genius. Okay,
Yes, they're working in it. Say that again. I
yeah.
like that.
They are working in their absolute zone of genius.
Of
Like I
genius.
couldn't do what they do. I couldn't.
Yes.
The young lady I was listening to earlier, I can't cook like
Right,
that.
right, right.
Or people who are doing other services. But I can organize your numbers for you,
Yes.
and I can teach you how to do that. So I would say if a budget is the problem where you can't get bookkeeping, associate with these businesses or these organizations that are bringing people like me in. They're paying me to be able to do the Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce, for example. We just did a summer session and a fall session in how to set up QuickBooks, how to organize QuickBooks, free to participants.
Yes.
But, they bring experts like me in to teach people. I would say YouTube University.
Yeah,
I'll
that
say
is real.
that.
Everybody was on it
Yeah,
during COVID. Yes.
yeah, but the
Yes.
bottom line is if you're really serious about trying to grow and scale a business
Yep.
and you never look at the numbers, like
Yeah.
I got news for you. It ain't gonna happen.
Nope. It isn't. It isn't.
Yeah.
And so that leads me to when you got the bookkeeping. How does the bookkeeping and taxes merge?
Yeah. So the bookkeeping is good to give you a gauge of what's happening with your cash flow in business during the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you keep an eye on the money coming in, you keep an eye on the money going out. But at the end of the year, 9 out of 10, if you come to a tax professional such as myself, definitely if you have like an S corp or something like that, or maybe even if you're trying to get a loan for something,
Mm-hmm.
at some point somebody is going to ask you for some financials. Okay.
Yes.
And if you've ever heard the term junk in is junk out,
Yep. Yep.
if you're giving them these crazy numbers that you even like tried to do or didn't do a good job of,
Yep.
or the bookkeeping's messed up, then you're reporting that to the IRS
Yes.
or the state, and you're basically setting yourself up for bigger problems.
Yes.
So it one just flows into the other.
Yes.
The bookkeeping, the record keeping. The IRS actually requires you as a business owner. There's regulations associated with that to say that we're required as business owners to maintain record keeping. They don't say like QuickBooks or anything FreshBooks exactly, but they say you are required to do record keeping because they know that you're going to need that information to actually prepare a tax return.
Got it. So, like you, I am a Washingtonian. I'm a third generation Washingtonian,
Okay.
and business is a part of who I am. Right.
Yeah.
What would you say to encourage others who are like right there on the fence? They know they should be, but no one has pushed them in the water yet.
You mean as far as starting?
As far as starting the business.
My father always told me, like, you need to have multiple legal side hustles, okay? Like, always have different funds and sources coming in. And I'll tell you a super quick story.
Yeah, come on.
I work for the federal government, okay? And if anybody from D.C., you know, growing up, it was like you need to get that good government job.
Yep.
Stable. You're going to have a retirement, have the pension and everything. So about 5 years ago, it was just something in my spirit that just told me, like, okay, my business is doing good. I'm leaving the government. I'm taking an early retirement.
You're looking for freedom.
And I got so much pushback from people around me. You're going to leave that stable government job? You're going to leave the federal government? Like, you haven't made an X, Y, and Z. But I kept hearing my father's, like, Hope, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And it was growing. The business was growing and things like that. And I made the leap of faith. And, like, today, we all, like, flash forward to the beginning of 2026. We know things that happen with people pushed out of the government and things like that. And I'm glad. And a lot of those same people who told me not to leave the government to start my own business are asking me for a job.
Yep.
So I would just say, if it's something in your spirit, especially as an entrepreneur, I mean, people already think we kind of crazy anyway in the W-2 world, right? So it takes a certain breed to be a business owner, your own entrepreneur business owner.
It does.
But if it's in you, that was put in you for a reason. Sometimes it doesn't even have anything to do with you.
Right.
It's more so that skill or that talent you have is in you for other people.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of the businesses that come through the Greater Washington Emily, we have this process called SCORE, where we want you to understand that you are solving a problem. Your business solves a problem. And that problem solved brings you the revenue because people pay for you to solve those problems.
Yes.
But that gift that you have to solve that problem is uniquely yours. You know?
It's true.
Yeah, uniquely yours.
And none of us can do. I know a lot of financial people. Nobody's like Hope. Hope's not like anybody else. Like, you're there to provide, like, a certain person or people your service. They're waiting for you. So, like, do what you're supposed to do.
So, Hope, if there's anybody who wants to get connected to bookkeeping done right, taxes done to the T or to the dot, well, I don't know, to the number, right? Taxes to the number?
Yeah.
Okay. How do they reach you?
So I'm on all the social media. IG Tax Minded Bookkeeper. I'm on LinkedIn. You can Google Hope Brown Tax Minded Bookkeeper, and I guarantee all wonderful things will come up if you want to find me. So,
well, I am really honored that you came out today to Business Wisdom Wednesday, the place where businesses get to meet each other and you get to discover your ideal client because consumers are here also too. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.